In 1983, a computer told a Soviet officer that American nuclear missiles were flying toward his country. His job was to report it. Reporting it would almost certainly have triggered a retaliatory strike and killed hundreds of millions of people. He had minutes to decide. He decided the computer was wrong. To understand this moment, you have to understand 1983. It was one of the tensest years of the entire Cold War. Relations between the Soviet Union and the United States had collapsed. Just weeks earlier, Soviet forces had shot down a Korean civilian airliner, killing everyone aboard, and the world was reeling. Both superpowers had thousands of nuclear weapons aimed at each other, and Soviet leadership was gripped by genuine fear that America was preparing a first strike. Everyone was on a hair trigger. Stanislav Petrov was a lieutenant colonel in the Soviet Air Defense Forces. On the night of September 26th, he was the duty officer at a secret command center monitoring the Soviet early warning satellite system. His role was simple in theory. If the system detected an incoming attack, he was to report it up the chain of command immediately. The final decision to launch wouldn't be his, but his report would set the machinery in motion, and in a crisis, that machinery moves fast. Just after midnight, the alarms went off. The system was reporting a missile launched from the United States, heading for the Soviet Union. Then a second, then more, the screen showing multiple inbound missiles. The system flashed its highest level of confidence. Everyone in the room turned to Petrov. The protocol was unambiguous. Report it. And he had, at most, a handful of minutes to act before the warning became meaningless. But something about it nagged at him. His reasoning was, in hindsight, brilliant. If the Americans were truly launching a first strike, why would they send only a handful of missiles? A real surprise attack would be overwhelming. Hundreds of warheads at once, designed to wipe out the ability to retaliate. A few missiles made no strategic sense at all. He also knew the satellite system was relatively new, and he had reason to distrust it, so Petrov made a judgment call. He picked up the phone and reported a system malfunction. He told his superiors it was a false alarm. And then he had to sit there and wait, knowing that if he was wrong, missiles would begin landing within minutes. Nothing came. No missiles, no explosions. He had been right. The investigation later found the cause. Sunlight reflecting off high-altitude clouds had fooled the satellite system into seeing missile launches that were never there. Sunlight on clouds. That's what nearly ended the world. And Petrov's instinct, that the pattern was wrong, that the machine was mistaken, had held the line. And how was he rewarded? He wasn't. Petrov was not celebrated as a hero. His decision exposed a serious flaw in a Soviet system, and the incident was quietly buried. He received no real honor, faced questioning, and his career did not flourish. He later lived modestly, largely unknown, and the story only became public years after the Cold War ended. He always insisted he was simply doing his job, that he wasn't a hero, just the man who happened to be on shift. The world came within minutes of nuclear war and was saved because one man trusted his own judgment over a machine. Almost nobody knew his name while he lived. Everyone alive today owes him something.